Alright everybody, we're talking hats today. It's Tim from Everyday Tactical Vids. Got two hats we're going to actually look at together at the same time. And, you might first look at this and go like, hats, it's a baseball hat, what's the big deal? But, it's funny, some simple little details of a hat can make a huge difference just in the quality of how it actually fits, the actual overall use of this guy. So this front one, this green one is made by Voodoo Tactical, and this back one is made by Condor Outdoor. Let's talk about the ATACs one first. Move this Voodoo one out of the way. Just shift this guy up here for you. This guy's going to run you between 12 and 15 bucks. And one thing I do really like about this hat is that it doesn't have that front Velcro patch. I'll talk about the Voodoo hat in a second, but sometimes you get that Velcro patch, and because of the firmness of that patch, it doesn't actually mold. The hat doesn't mold to your head as well. So I wanted a hat that was just nothing fancy on the front. Obviously, you can see this is in the original ATACs, not the new or newer, the forest or the foliage one. But the thing I also like about this is the mesh in back here, and that just gives a lot of breathability. So they say that it wicks away. The material, I'm not sure. I'm actually convinced that it does a ton of wicking. But just because it is breathable, you will definitely be letting heat out of your head, and won't be getting trapped in there. Obviously, you got the option if you want to put some sort of anything with Velcro on there and on the top. Obviously, you can't put anything on the front as well. And then standard hook and loop closure here, so you can adjust it to whatever size whatever size your head is. 13 bucks, nice price, very reasonable. And I'll show you in a second when I actually put it on, show you what it looks like. Sometimes you get hats that are not super expensive, and you think, oh, that's a good deal, and then the front section, is like 12 feet tall, and you look like you just look goofy basically. So I like, if I'm gonna wear a baseball hat like this, I definitely want it snug and not not floating way above my head with lots of extra space. So this guy fits great. Now looking at the Voodoo Tactical one, this guy does come with that front patch, which obviously you can take off. The material of this guy is a bit, it just feels a bit softer than your average tactical baseball hat or your average baseball hat in general. Let me look here real quick. They call it poplin, and I don't know a ton about the actual material. You can check it out online, but it is definitely nice and soft. It's got that cool Voodoo Tactical symbol there on the side. Hook and loop closure. Hook and loop here to close the two, and then you could actually put a patch there. And then if you want to put something, I've got this little kind of demented looking happy face that I put on top of some hats there. And then you can stick your patch here on the front if you want to do that as well. Now I know I said I prefer it without the patch, like on the ATACs one. I don't dislike this one. It's just that, as you can see, there's this kind of floating because it's not worn in. So once this gets broken in, I think it'll be overall better. So two options for baseball hats. Obviously, you're going to wear a hat. You want to keep the sun out of your eyes. You want to keep the sun off your head. For me, I don't got a whole lot of hair up on top, so in light of the fact that I got a bald head, I want to make sure that I got my head covered if I'm out in the sun. So that's why you wear a baseball hat. Also, just general protection. If you're out in the woods and you're going under brush or cover or anything like that, you don't want to be scratching your head up. So this is a good option. I used to run with boonie caps. I'm not a huge fan of the boonie as much anymore, so I prefer to wear a baseball hat. I do notice that whenever I do wear a baseball hat with eye protection, that like you put it on your head and then you gotta go and put it up to get your eye protection underneath. But it is what it is. So let me actually show you what these guys look like. I'll put them on. You can see what the Voodoo hat looks like and the ATACs Condor hat. Alright, so here's the Condor ATACs hat. Obviously you can see it's very snug here in a good way. It doesn't, like I was saying, I don't like hats that when you put them on you got all this extra space up there. So fits nice and snug here. The brim is solid. Obviously I bent it. That's just how I like to run my hats. And very breathable on the sides as well. We'll look at the top there for you. I like this guy a lot. Just for, out in the range, shooting, getting out in the woods, doing some survival stuff. This is a cool hat to wear. I do have a feature. I'll post it sometime on the Facebook page where I compare ATACs, just regular tan, and multicam to see what 3 different hats look like in various environments. Obviously this is great. If you've seen pictures of ATACs online, you can see that Afghanistan, these ATACs is just, it's unbelievable to see what guys are running over there and how well ATACs is. So, or how well ATACs works. Not going to be great where I'm from in the New England area just because there's not this type of coloring everywhere, but you know, just for general wear, it's not a huge deal. So take this guy off, and like I told you, I don't got a whole lot of coverage up there on the dome. I'll put the Voodoo hat on here. And this guy runs a little bit, there's a little more space here. You can see I press that in a little bit. Actually tighten this guy up just a tiny bit. See if that makes it any better. Still got a little bit more space than I would like in the Voodoo hat, but certainly not a ton. I'll take this off just so you can see what it looks like without it. I do like the color. I mean, they call it OD, but it's just kind of a nice OD. Sometimes you see OD and you're like, that's sage. It's not really OD. This is definitely a nice green. There's one side. There's the other side. There's the top. So both these guys are good options. I guess I like this ATACs one a little bit. Let's see. ATACs one a little bit more, but this Voodoo hat is great as well. Voodoo Tactical makes great gear. So just want to show you a couple options, show you how they fit, and you know, you're not spending a ton of money. It's definitely worthwhile to invest in just like a baseball hat. Keep that sun out of your eyes. Keep your head a little bit more protected. All right. Hope you enjoyed the vid. Keep checking back. Got lots more to do for you guys. All right. Take care.